going? It is Fangs and welcome to a very different video on my channel today. I wouldn't say so much different. I was kind of doing this a little bit on my channel before and then people weren't that interested because it was a different type of topic than FIFA and this is more of a FIFA channel. This kind of relates a little bit more in terms of FIFA and the things that go on this channel because people can relate to what's going to be going on, as you've probably seen in the title of this video. Shameless plug, I do have another channel that I've made. I have three channels obviously. My daily vlog channel FUTDRAFT, which will be in the description down below, and then Fangs Says, where I give my opinions on things and I react to things, and I've done about 4 videos on there now. They've done really well. Really like the channel. If you guys want to subscribe to that, you want to see that type of content, link in the description down below. But today, not even today, I went to bed last night, or I was going to bed last night because it was like, I don't even know, it was maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, and I see this tweet that pops up, and I'm going to show it to you right now, and it says, yeah, I think it's time I move on from the Sidemen. The journey has been a lot of fun, but it's time to move on to bigger things. And I was like, I saw it for a second, and it like flashed through my feed on Twitter, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, it was one of those moments where you get struck nearly in the heart and you feel it, and it's like a very sharp pain in your heart. I'm sure that you guys have felt that before. It actually happened to me recently. I do CrossFit, if you guys don't know that. I'm into CrossFit big time. I joined a gym, and about 6 months into it, 6 or 7 months into it, I'd become pretty close with a lot of the people that are there, and I also had been close with the owners because I thought they were great owners. And I ended up taking like a week off because my mom was in town, and halfway through that week, without ever even knowing what was going on, the owners had sold it to some other people that worked out in the gym, and it was just like a strike in the heart, and you're like, oh my god, everything is gonna be changing, everything. I don't like change. I'm a very terrible person. I'll talk about that more into the video. I don't like change, and I had a nightmare about that night, and I didn't have a nightmare about this. I didn't dream at all, because I didn't know if it was exactly true. I know it's true. I try not to think about it. So JJ has been with the Sidemen since it started. He started it, Simon, Josh, Toby, Ethan, and then came Harry. Vic was in there obviously with them as well, and then came Harry. And so it's been this huge thing that I've known for nearly most of my YouTube career. There's some of my like good friends that I've met through it, and I've seen them grow from whenever they were these like small channels and they did all this stuff with FIFA to where they've become now, and it's almost like a little like empire of YouTube, especially in the UK and in Europe, and even, I mean, here I have people in the middle of nowhere in Miami, Oklahoma. I have cousins who know who Simon are, who know who JJ are, so they've become this huge brand. And I've watched that grow, and I've seen it and how happy it's made them out of all of those guys and how great they are. And then, you know, you have JJ, who's a huge piece of it. He's like, he was the beginning. He was, I think, the most subscribed to YouTuber at the beginning of it. He still is now. I think he's got like 16 to 17 million subscribers. Amazing guy, and I'll talk more about him in a minute. And so to see this is like, it's just weird to me. It's almost, it's sad. It makes my heart hurt, because I don't like change. I like the idea of them together, but then it also makes me happy for him because I know him as a person and I know what he was wanting, or he's wanting to do. I don't know exactly what he's wanting to do with this. I didn't even know about this at all, but I knew about his like music aspirations and all the stuff that he wants to do and what makes him happy, or at least the last time I talked to him. So if this is something that he's wanted and this is what came out of whatever he's doing, I am so happy for him as a person. But then you gotta be the person who's almost kind of like, I mean, he's right here on my printer with the rest of the Sidemen. I'm almost, it's like the Beatles to me. The Beatles breaking up. It's not that the Sidemen are breaking up at all. Just one person leaving them is not gonna make them break up. They're a huge entity in themselves, and they have all these other amazing YouTubers. They've got Simon, Josh, Vic, Toby, just everybody you can think of to keep that going, but he was just one piece of it. And it's so sad to see like the end of not the end of that, but the end of him in it. And the end of that like crumbling there and that going down. And so for me, I thought, you know what, there's no way this could be possibly true. Maybe it's one of those forfeit things. I've done it before. I've said stupid things in my forfeits. If I've done a Twitter forfeit or an Instagram forfeit, and a lot of people said that, like, look at the reactions to this. We'll go through and see the reactions to it. Wait, are you being serious? Best be a consequence to a challenge. I think it is. See, a lot of people thought that too. Clickbait. A lot of people, there's so many different reactions, and there's like, if you go down further, there's a lot of like, oh my god, sad reactions. This is more so of a me, and people are just kind of shocked and they don't really know what to think type of thing. And he hasn't described it, and he said actually in a tweet right above, I'll explain in a video soon, but yeah, this was eventually gonna happen. I guess now is the best time to say it. And I think as of right now, JJ is in LA. So I remember he made a video recently and he talked about the things that he was going to be doing and the changes and like how he felt about YouTube, and I loved his ideas on that. I thought that was pretty awesome. One thing I did see recently, let me get through these ads. Dang it, Rice Gun, you're making me watch this ad! So it starts off like this. There's a Casper Lee interview, because it was kind of speculated the last couple of weeks, and there was this Casper Lee interview where he said this.
LA, bro.
Really?
Well, I mean, you're going next week.
Yeah, I'm going next week.
Well, I don't know when this is out.
Who are you staying with in LA?
I'm staying with Rice Gun.
Rice Gun.
So you got to see that. So you knew that, at least for this part, he said that he wanted to go to LA. LA is huge for YouTube right now. All the vlogging, all the Viners pretty much, as you can see, like gaming used to be one of the biggest things in YouTube. It's somehow made this switch somehow. It does it every year, things switch. It went from like gamers to like crossbar challenges to like all kinds of forfeits to now it's this like vlog community who does maybe some of all that stuff in one, just a vlog video, and then diss tracks and all the kind of raps that have been going on. So Rice Gum is huge in that right now, and LA is where everybody is. And so, you know, JJ, he's visited LA, he likes LA, he's gonna go visit it. He's gonna stay with Rice Gum while he's there. Not that he can stay in the United States for a long period of time, because you have to have like a visa, and yeah, it's hard. It's very difficult. You can only stay here for a certain amount of time, and then they make you leave. So in that same video, you also saw them shopping and explaining how JJ is coming to at least visit, but maybe with all of this happening, you have to realize that maybe he's going to be staying longer, and maybe he wants to work with other YouTubers, which could be kind of a good thing in terms of maybe he's gonna have like the drive to want to make videos again. Maybe whenever he's with Rice Gum and whenever he's with Banks and all the guys that live in that house, maybe at this point there'll be something that makes him want to make just YouTube videos. And in that aspect, a lot of people were very sad that he was leaving the YouTube side of it, and the part that everyone really loved him for, and going to a music side, which I love him for, and a lot of people love him for as well. But maybe now this will give him that new drive and that new motivation to do the part that he wants to do, to make the overall videos that he will enjoy with YouTube. So I've watched this Keemstar video that came out today. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. To me, it's still just like a shock, and I don't even know if I can believe it, but I want to wrap my head around it. And so he's trying to spot off all these things of like, oh, and they're gonna have like Team 10, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, PewDiePie, and possibly even like KSI Neistat on one side, and then on this side it's gonna be like Rice Gum, FaZe Banks, all of FaZe, Jesse Wellens, JJ, all of this stuff over there, and then they're gonna like come again and like fight each other. It's like some kind of movie that's playing out, and that is just wild. And so I don't actually believe that any of that is the case, but I'm obviously not in with the know. He probably knows more than me. It's just, for me, it's crazy, and I wanted to give like a reaction as for you as a viewer, and this is why I put this on this channel, because this channel is a FIFA channel, and this JJ started as a FIFA YouTuber. JJ is one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, that FIFA YouTube is where it is today, and we already had to deal with the loss of him in the FIFA community because he decided not to make FIFA videos anymore. That was like a big deal. That was the first start, and you have to realize he did start YouTube at like a young age. He started at like 15 or 16 years old, and so he's done all these transitions as he's going up through YouTube, and so the, you know, the obviously FIFA portion of it, which made channels like mine possible where there is today, him actually showing up to my stream and then like becoming friends with me, does obviously help like me and my channel, and the ways that he brought views into FIFA helped channels like mine and everybody else's. Like, he brought so many views, not just him, the Sidemen in general throughout the last 3 to 5 years have brought so many, there hasn't really been 5 years, 3 years I'd say, throughout the last 3 years have brought so many views into FIFA that I think that that's what helped create the mold of what makes FIFA the community it is now. And it has been a little bit of struggle, and if you've noticed, the Sidemen have not been in FIFA, and now it's kind of a struggle bus, and it's more of like the entertainment section of it has been a little bit lost, and it's now more of a competitive section, which is totally fine. I do not mind competitive whatsoever, but you can see the trend of when the Sidemen are in FIFA, or when JJ's in FIFA, when they leave, and kind of what's happened to the community as a whole. But for me, I just think of that and I'm like, it was already heartbreaking whenever he leaves FIFA, but not too bad, because he's obviously got way funnier videos besides the FIFA videos. And then he went into the realm, he's with the Sidemen, and he did all those videos with them, and so whenever he just stopped doing YouTube in general, and we miss him for 3 months, then you're like, geez, like some great content has just been ripped out of YouTube, and it's always like another feeling of like, dang man, like this is what happens. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years now, and there's been so much of a fluctuation of things that happen, and you have to get used to change. And me personally, my whole life, I have been awful with the change. There's something about it that kills me. Like when I had to leave university, I hated it. I was gonna have to go into the real world. I hated change. I didn't so much mind leaving high school because I was leaving to go with Will, who was my boyfriend at the time, and I was super in love, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But whenever I made different friends, when I changed different groups, when I went from like competitive Call of Duty and all the people I had there to I moved to FIFA, everything's always been a constant struggle for me because change affects me really oddly. And I don't know if anybody else is like that in the world, but for me, it makes me like hurt almost. It takes like a week or two to get over a certain change that takes place. And so this is kind of one of those things where I love the Sidemen, I love the guys, I love the group. I don't think this means anything different to their friendship or anything else that's going on, like as they have a house together. So obviously whenever he's not in LA or when he comes back from LA, he's still gonna be in the same house with Simon, Josh, Vic. They're still possibly, if he wants to make videos, they'll still probably make videos together. They'll still be together. I think he's just dropping the idea of the brand and everything that comes behind it. They do different events together. They do book signings together. They do, I mean, Upload's not just Sidemen. That's a whole agency. So they'll have Upload, which I think he's still going to come to because he announced it in a video a couple weeks back. He had some kind of sing thing that he was coming to where he was going to rap at. And then, or Hello World, I think is what it was called. And then he had Upload. So I still feel like he's going to be at Upload and he's still going to be a part of these guys' lives because they're best friends. Like him and Simon are best friends. He just probably looks like he's reaching and going into other parts of YouTube and kind of evolving, because that's what you do with YouTube as a whole, you evolve. And it's been really difficult for me even, I'd say, to evolve with YouTube. My channel has taken this whole thing of where it's like FIFA to in real life to FIFA to in real life, and I really enjoy FIFA. I love the content, I love everything I do, that's what put me into YouTube, but I also enjoy in real life aspects of things, and that's why I have a daily vlog channel, and that's why I have a Fangs Says channel, because I like doing opinions, ideas, in real life type of stuff too, and that might not be the most liked thing on this channel for him. Fortunately, he's got such a big channel that whatever he wants to do, his following, they just like follow and drive with him, as to where my following is a little bit smaller. Like even with 1.4 million subscribers, I can say I've got like a steady 30 to 40K that will follow me into things like ride or die. I got 30 to 40K, ride or die, and then I have some people that just kind of peep in sometimes to be like, oh hey look, it's Fangs again, which is kind of stinks, but that's what I've done to myself because I've fluctuated too much in between different things. I feel like I think I went from like a real life to a FIFA, to a real life, to all these different things, and I never just had one thing that's like this. And so I'm figuring that out myself, but for him, this is obviously a move he wants to make, and I feel like, I don't know exactly, I haven't talked to any of the guys at all, so I don't know how they feel about it. I haven't heard anything about this. I didn't even know it was coming. So I can imagine, I don't know what it's gonna be like for them. I think they're fine. I mean, they've been doing their videos without him for like the last 3 or 4 months. They have their second channels together. They'll still be the Sidemen. They'll still have their brand. I mean, Josh and Simon, more so, Josh, Simon, and Vic. That's the only ones I really see, because when I'm there, I stay in their house. They work so hard at everything they do with that brand that I can only see it continuing to just do better and better and better. And the loss of JJ obviously will be like a knock in the hearts of them, but it won't be a knock to the Sidemen because they're huge. Like, they are massive. I feel like in like 10 years, people will look back in the, maybe UK history at least, and the Sidemen will be a big thing. Like, I honestly think they will be, because they took over YouTube like by storm, and they're still doing it. To this day, they still together as a group can make a channel, get 1 million subscribers in a week, which is insane. Like, they can do all kinds of stuff together as a whole. So them, I think, will still be stronger than ever, and I'm you know, sad for them, but then maybe there's other things that'll be good that come out of it for them in the future as well. And for JJ, I just hope that everything goes good and he finds out what he likes and what he enjoys. And yeah, it's just shocking. Like, it's more so just shocking than anything. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm sure, with all the reactions I saw on Twitter, I'm sure a lot of people are just like feeling it right now. And some people are just like, oh my gosh, like, could it get any worse for me? He leaves YouTube and then now he's leaving the Sidemen, and they're just like, they're crumbling, because some people, they live for that. I understand. Some people live for different things. Like, I obviously live to see Stephen Moyer be in TV shows, and if he just decided to stop acting, I'd be like, when am I ever gonna see him again? So yeah, that's sort of my reaction to what I saw on Twitter last night. I don't even know. I feel like it's Friday night. I feel like I'm gonna go have a few beers, and I'm gonna just think of, I get these like, these emotions, I get these feels, guys. I think of the old days, because when I started YouTube, like, I started in a call that had like JJ, Simon, Nepenthes, Bateson, I forgot what they called it, like the hub. It had so many of the guys in it, and we were just these little people and we were just together and we were making content and we were growing and growing, and even though we split into different sections, it all worked out, I guess, for the most part of most of us. There's some people that are not around anymore, but it all worked out and it's become where it is now. And I just hope that everyone continues to prosper in YouTube. I hope that it just continues to grow. I know right now it's so stressful because when you get on the search engines, you look and it's just like TV and all these kind of paid advertisement placements, and not so much of just YouTube content and a person talking and thinking and doing and reacting and all these different kinds of things. They're not as big. So I'm hoping that with any type of change that happens here, or that happens with me, or that happens with someone in FIFA, or someone in the Sidemen, I hope it's all positive in the end. And I can only come out with a positive outlook on what it is and what it's going to be. And if it's not real, if he comes back and he makes a video and this was a joke, I'm gonna look stupid anyway. But I can't imagine, he doesn't ever tweet anyway, so if he's gonna tweet that, he's gonna be pretty serious. And I don't know what the other guys think, and I'll find out. I'll probably hear about it. I'm not gonna ask them. I don't wanna be rude. I'm not gonna like try to get up into that business, because that is not my business. But I just wanna let you guys know how I feel about it, how it affected me, how everything YouTube's changed. It's just changed, and oh my God, I could actually nearly cry about it just because it was so different, and it's only been a few years, and the difference from beginning to end. I wish I could see a thing about it. You know what I also thought? Because of the Sidemen being so like crazily huge for YouTube, in which they were, I also feel like they need to make a documentary. I think that would be interesting to watch, and how they started. We all kind of know how they started and where they are and everything. I mean, there's so many ideas. Oh, but yes, guys, you know, sometimes things like this happen, changes happen, and I might take a couple of weeks to get used to it. I don't know how long it's gonna take you. Oh, but it is a sad moment. I feel like sad and happy. Happy for him, sad for the idea. Because the Sidemen, he's right there on my printer with the rest of them. Come on, man, he's on all my shirts too. Friends, I'm a friend and personally generally a fan. I was obviously a friend before a fan, but I love their ideas. I love everything about them and how smart they've been YouTube wise. They're just, you know, it's been perfect. But that is gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna stop rambling. It's probably long enough as it is anyway. I'm gonna go cry in a corner. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, see you guys later.